Off the night, ladies and gentlemen, the lesbian. Were you expecting someone else? Let's start the show.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Give me back, I eat them. Hey, I want a place to be reviewed. These toasted strudels. Eat them!
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view right. Anything you want to do, hey, wanna change the world. There's nothing to
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Good Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E Tipper, cooing from the place to be reviews, right here with all of yous, even those Orthodox Jews. L'chaim, my people. It is episode 151, the Fandom Menace People's Champion. As you can tell, the Golden Pipes are back in full effect. Oh, it is good to be back on Monday night. Let me acknowledge this chat. Nano Reaper's here. M. Dastardly. Keely Chow, the Phantom Menace Ultron. There are no strings on me. Fun University. Hi, and F you too. Oh, I love it. I love it. Frank into Shawhan Wiener Dogland. Ho, ho. Who else we got? Lola Meets. What's up, girl? How you doing? She'll be joining us Wednesday night. We got superfan Adam Shawhan, Jacob Archer Barton's been a big supporter of the channel lately. Like to thank you for all the comments on the videos, man. We appreciate it. Who else is up here? Superfan Adam Shawhan, of course. We got a lot of peeps in the house. We got a great panel. Admiral Tiberius' name shows up in the chat. Holy shit. That is a name I have not seen in a long time. Admiral Tiberius. Edwin the Ace is live on IndieGoGo. Acevedo, who's got a good wrestling channel, too. He's got some wrestling content, which I kind of dig. I dig it, brother. I dig it a lot. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something about that. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. The cream always rises to the top. Oh, yeah. I'm doing that Macho Man thing with my hands. I'm stepping to a Slim Jim there. I'm done.
I was going to guess John Cena.
Why? You couldn't even see me. It'd just be like this. Hang on. Let me see if I can do it here. This would be me right here. It'd be like, ooh. I'm John Cena.
I'm seeing Drax.
I've mastered the art of standing so still that you can't even detect my slightest motion as I eat these chips. Welcome, y'all. I will shut the hell up and let me introduce to you my co-host with the most, my brother, Mr. Tony ToneDef. Tell them where you're from.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the owner of the worst channel on YouTube and commander to the Legion of Deaf Heads, the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded, Tony ToneDef rocking with you, going in raw, the place to be reviews. And as soon as you think you know the answers, I change the questions.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Pulling out, going deep in the archives. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, next, he is the master and commander of the gays agenda, the Red Gaze.
What up? Gays community here to represent. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a great Monday, because they're never great. But they are now because ETEP's on.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for joining us as always here on Monday nights, brother. I do appreciate it. He is also, let me say, I forgot his main title here in the company is he is the assistant to the regional manager.
Thank you. I don't want to lose that title.
No, you won't lose that. That's your title. That's your title. Next on the docket, ladies and gents, making his return to the channel after a long absence, he is one of the many wonderful folks over at the Fandom Collective, Mr. Flipp Doubt.
Wickety wickety woo woo. Boom. I've landed.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man.
Hey guys, good to be here.
Always good to have you on, Flip. Always, man. All right. And last but certainly not least, he basically has a time machine all the way back to the 80s. I love this guy. I love his content. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. FanZcene Vids.
What's up? Tell me, doctor, where are we going? Got to get back in time.
Gotta go back.
FanZcene Vids.
That's heavy.
Great Scott.
Every time I love that meme. It never gets old. He was like, "That's heavy." He's like, "Jesus, Marty, do we even fucking lift?" Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man.
Thank you. Glad to be here. And wickety wickety woo to you.
Wiki woo, bro.
Wiki wiki woo.
So it is Monday night. Like they are, yes, we can make Mondays great again here. I don't know, with Mondays were never great, but we can make them great. We can make Mondays great by just providing some levity, entertaining you for a few hours here. That's what we aim to do, and we aim to please. So let's get into. I want to talk about this first because this is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, or should I say my ulcers. Ladies and gentlemen, Batwoman. Batwoman is it is the bane of my existence. I hate it. But at the same time, I can't look away. It is Rosemary's Baby in that car accident all at the same time. And,
That's just a car.
shut up, Grace. Shut up, Grace. Anyway.
Well.
Oh, wait. You had to ask.
So
There it is. There it is. But like I said, the one gift that Batwoman hath given me is
The lesbian!
And I mean, this week was a veritable cornucopia of lesbicanos. It was wonderful. It was amazing. Holy shit, dude!
It was the Lilith fair.
It basically was. Like, I was just waiting for Sophie to and Ryan to put Mary into some a plaid flannel, and some either Birkenstocks or Doc Martens. I mean,
Come to my window.
That ain't even funny. I was singing that shit. It was on the radio the other day. I was like, come to, never mind.
Come to my window.
I'll be home soon. I'll be home. Sorry. I'll be home. No. I'm done.
I had to get him started.
You had to, man. I got robbed out of going karaoke a couple weeks ago, so it's been. I've been, like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to go out and do. Yeah. The one bar that I used to go to karaoke at closed, and it sucks. And now I'm talking about karaoke. All right, so these Batwoman ratings. Anyway, so we can see here this entire season has been nothing. But John Madden, they went to 659,000 in the premiere, all the way down. Look at May 9th, and they scored it a .10. And they've been living in the demo, Pat. They've been living there, but then boom. 385 viewers, and that's down 9.62% from last week. And he went over the middle, and it did pay off for bam, they're here. Brett Favre. But seriously, that 385,000. That's last week. Okay, so it's they were 426,000 last week, right? Now that went up because it initially came in with the overnights at 381,000. So that shot up to 4. But still, I mean, you're still at 426,000 viewers for a show that's just had its 33rd episode overall. I tweeted Caroline Dries earlier and asked her. I said, "Did Greg Berlanti like you losing him money? Like, does he like that? I mean,
he does. Because he's got the crowd that he wants." And he's pandering to that crowd, and they're on his board, so it doesn't matter what the ratings say.
God.
Plus, he knows he's always going to have ETAP, so
I know. It's like I got blocked the other day by the official checkmarked CW Batwoman account. Okay,
what?
That goes into my Infinity Gauntlet with the being blocked by the Batwoman official checkmarked writers room. So today I decided to tweet directly to Caroline Dries, and I tagged her in my video, and I commented on her tweet about Batwoman. This being the trio we want, Mary and Sophie and Ryan, and I'm like, Are you even trying anymore? So I tweeted at her, and I'm waiting for the block. I'm like, that'll be 3 stones in the gauntlet. Now there's a couple more I need. If I can get Patton Oswalt to block me, and and one more, I'll have my white privilege gauntlet completed. Then,
gotta have goals, man. Gotta have goals.
Right? It's the little things. It's the little things in life that make it so pleasurable. But yeah, so these ratings, I mean, this is terrible. And like I said, the episode spoke for itself. I mean, it was literally, I think, it hurts, okay? It hurts. Every week it hurts. But you know what? I suffer so people don't have to. I'm suffering for your sins.
Where do you feel it? Where do you feel it exactly? Do you feel it in your brain, in your temples, in your anus? Where does the pain come?
It's not. It's mostly in the head and in the heart. That's where it gets me, in the head and in the heart. It's but you know what? Like I said, I'm masochistic, but even this is testing my limits. It truly is. So yeah, that's painful-ish right there. It's almost as painful as the resurgence of the breeders are back, Tony. The breetards. They're back now because they're all riled up. Somebody, took away their candy, and it's not Cat Pan Mediocre 2. It's got the Marvels now. With you had to put Teyana Paris in, which I'm not gonna lie. If I watch that movie at all, it would be because Teyana Paris is stupid thick, and I'll suffer to see her in Lycra spandex again, because damn, she's fine. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I like Teyana Paris a lot. Not only did I like her in WandaVision, honestly, like I did like her as Monica Rambeau, but yeah, she's fine. Like she really is. But she's, like I said, good actress, so I'm cool with that. I like this thing. I just want her to completely overshadow Brie Larson because it will happen. It will happen.
How can it not? If you have an ounce of personality, that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not sure about the whole the Kamala Khan thing. I'm not a Miss Marvel fan at all. Like that shit it's bad. I read probably a handful of the issues online for free because I'm not paying for that ish, and I was like, oh, dude, it's just cringy. And then I listened to Yellow Flash did a review. He side by side compared Daredevil's origin story to Miss Marvel's, and who had it more difficult growing up, and obviously it's Daredevil. Her origin story is ridiculous. And who wants elephantitis? What little girl's I want elephantitis as my fucking superpower? It's wait, what? This is just weird.
Are people still acknowledging that Ms. Marvel exists?
The weirdos are, dude. Like I said, I get called at least once a day. I get called a racist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe group, especially now because everybody's fan casting the Fantastic Four, and now because they're making a black Superman again. Well,
don't even.
I know, especially doing it with Kal-El. And it's not because they're making a black Superman. It's because you have 2 established already. Or you could make a new one, make a new awesome original character who happens to be black and Kryptonian.
You could do Icon, who is essentially a black Superman. You could do Jon Stewart, who is a
Green
very
Lantern.
powerful Green Lantern, who would absolutely kill as a movie.
Everybody's been
people would want to see that too.
Yep.
Exactly. People would want to see it. Why would we cater to the fans? Fuck them.
Yep. Everybody's been clamoring for Jon Stewart, seriously. And it's the one they picked is he's gay. The character's gay, I think. So that's why they went with that one. Give
it a few more years, they're all gonna be gay.
Yeah, it's fucking reality can be anything I want it to be. Oh God! But seriously though, it is. It's like, but the actor they have to play him is like I said, he's from American Horror Story, and the dude's a good actor.
Listen, the problem is this. People like bad boys, whether it's a female, whether it's a gay man, and when we have gay superheroes, there's too much of a chance of a blowjob being exchanged between the hero and the villain. I'm just saying.
I don't care how good you are. You finish and then you get the fuck out.
No shit. Like end up seeing like your favorite superhero become a little bitch to the villain. Like,
what is this? The new Justice League Dark or something? I don't. Is this the Axel Braun verse? What the fuck? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's bad enough we had to see the bat wang. We don't need to see it in somebody's mouth or
no. No.
Like at this point, I'm grateful Thomas and Martha Wayne got shot.
Yeah.
This just took a dark fucking turn.
On a brighter note.
Yeah. Oh my God. What's up, JM 2021?
Is there an actual brighter note fanzine, or were you just trying to save this?
I was just trying to segue.
He was just trying to segue the fuck out of there. Flip just muted his mic and laughed. He's like, I gotta get dinner and shit. Maybe they won't notice.
Like, I've landed and I'm taking the fuck off again.
Maybe they won't even know I'm here, and I'll just soft shoe out of the room.
No, I'm enjoying jokes. They're good, very good. Been a long day, fellas, but I'm enjoying this.
I'm glad you're here, brother. Glad you're here. Well, speaking of things that we can usually laugh at, let's get into just the headlines.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set!
It's not my Luke Skywalker.
Hey, no, don't just be sorry. Please, for 1 fucking second.
So the DCEU, all right, the DCEU has had problems since when? Its inception, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they've had continuity issues. You've got, huge tonal shifts, the entire Justice League fiasco leading into the Snyder Cut finally being released, to the calls for an air cut now, infighting. But there's been a lot of problems, needless to say. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. So this first headline would be like, say your house is like, you have a small fire in your house. This would be like saying, hey, we have a gas stove. Go turn all the burners on and open that up, turn it on, and throw some gasoline in here while we're at it too. Okay, so this headline comes to us from the bastions of journalistic integrity. We got this covered.com. WB reportedly wants to mix Arrowverse into the DCEU more.
Goody.
No.
What?
No. I'll be, if this was like still like Flash season 1, Arrow season 2, I'd be like, hell yeah. But no. It's already a dumpster fire, and it's already proven they don't like the fans, and it's clearly, I think it's like Tony was mentioning earlier, Berlanti's giving blowjobs to the people in the DC because they keep giving that guy more power, and he keeps making more shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Just a thought, maybe they would have wanted to consider this back when, I don't know, everybody on Earth was calling for Grant Gustin to be the Flash in the DCEU.
Yes.
And they said, fuck you. No, we want this this weirdo that slaps women around and wants to fight.
Wears a dress and slaps women in Walmart. Yeah.
And he had to cry because he had to lay on top of Gal Gadot in the Justice League.
Oh my God, boobs!
I had to get out a woman.
Is he actually gay, or?
I believe he is a bisexual.
No. So if he's bisexual, he likes women a little bit at least. So he had to cry.
He's also one of them, like.
Yeah, he's
down with patriarchy.
But he probably likes women that look like men, let's be honest.
He probably just likes dudes, and that's okay, man. That's all right. We're not judging you for
fine.
that.
Just
You're
don't
just
be
a
a
weird
dick.
guy. He's a weird fucking guy, and he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, that's my problem, is the holier than thou attitude people like him display. Like, be yourself. I don't care who you, but you're not any better than anybody else. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's a more common theme I've seen, in Hollywood mainly. But, you see, he can preach what everyone else should be doing. Then exactly, he goes out and starts slapping women around. It's like, no, I don't care who you're attracted to. No.
Oh, absolutely.
At this point, I can never get that look on his face when he saw the hot dog out of my mind ever again. Every time I think of him, I'm going to think of his love and joy for that hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, don't ever watch The New Stand where he plays Trash Can Man.
Oh, Lord.
Don't,
No, I didn't watch that yet.
I have never watched it, but I've watched stuff online because I'm a huge, I dig The Stand. The book, the
Yeah, The
original
Stand
thing.
is cool.
My God,
Or should I say was?
It was.
Yeah, the original one,
the
right?
scene in Tropic Thunder, you never go full retard? That's what he did. That it's truly a train wreck in progress watching his little scenes.
That's not a good look.
No, I see
not a
him
good look,
online.
bro.
I'm like, oh my God, please stop.
Doesn't the hand
a
of
horrible
God make an
actor.
appearance? Doesn't the
Yeah,
hand
in
of
the
God
stand.
make? Yeah, I would have
At the
viewed.
end.
I would have casted Ezra Miller as the hand of God.
Want to fight?
That's it.
I mean,
He's a weasel.
he is. He's so bad. I mean, because like I said, when I found out The New Stand, and then the more I found out about it, I was like, yeah, I'm not watching this. And then I watched some stuff about it, and it was just too bad. And I actually knew Ezra Miller was going to play Trash Can Man well before I actually was contacted by somebody from that production, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Like, nope, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone with functioning synapses, right? Just like, we're good. We're good on that. Oh God, Flip, you got anything on that, man?
Well, I've never been a real fan of when they do network superhero shows, and that's not to say that, hey, I think I'm better at picking what I like than you are. I just happen to really like a good budget when they're going to have people in spandex and stuff like that. I just like that.
Agreed.
It just doesn't hold my interest, my attention. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they don't really give a shit. And to be honest with you, I'm so over it all. I don't really know what to say without lashing out. It's hard not to just go balls deep, giving it everything I got, right up the ass of these companies. But you can't. Like, what do you do? You just complain about it.
They intentionally insult our intelligence. And tell us we shouldn't be insulted.
And then we look at how they're not making money. We prove that they're not making money. And it's like, I don't know what the end game is. Like, what are they trying to accomplish? It's certainly not make money, right?
No. It doesn't seem to be.
I don't know. It's like pandering to the highest degree with no money. It doesn't make sense.
It's an investment in the future to get the next. It is. It's to get the next generation to make it normal. To normalize them and demoralize them to these certain ideas, and then they just grow up like that's how it's always been.
It's crazy.
I see that. So changing the moral aptitude of society one teenager at a time, I guess.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, except that I don't think it's working. ETEP, maybe you can speak to this a little better than I can, but I have a couple friends who are in education, mainly in middle school grades, actually, and they say this current generation is one of the best they've seen in years because it's like they're all black-pilled. They all are coming into this with this, F-word culture attitude. And I don't know if you've seen any of that, but I'm getting reports, and it's giving me hope, so please don't bash it.
No, the kids that I deal with, like I said, I handle kindergarten through 8th grade, and I have mostly, and it's they're a bunch of like, most of them are honestly pretty based already. It's kind of refreshing to see that, especially from like some 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, because I'm around them all the time, and I'm listening to them talk, and I'm having conversations with them, and I know a lot of their parents. So it's like I hear them, and I'm like, okay, like there's some definite potential. You know what I mean? And it may be regionally where I'm from, but I mean there's quite a few. Like I said, it's a vast array of folks there. So I'm kind of, it makes me happy to see that, because the generation kind of after mine, or two back, is just kind of and it sucks because I've met a lot of good. One of my interns, was a millennial and hardworking kid. Everything he got, he worked for and was putting himself through college. I'm like, good for you, kid. I respect that. But there's a glimmer of hope out there. There is, I think.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can be told that this square peg fits in this round hole over and over before people go, you know what? I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have kids. My oldest is, I don't even want to discuss her political beliefs. We definitely disagree. My son is right there on the fence. I'm a staunch libertarian, heavily leaning right. And my youngest wants to join the Navy, and she's 15. So there is hope. And a lot of her friends are the same. They see this woke culture as ridiculous as well. So
yep,
I agree with all of you.
Good. I hope to see them flush their investment down the toilet.
Yeah. What I've always said is, till something bombs like really, really bad, then they're not going to wake up till something like that happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they put in like so much of this and that, so much money, and it just like flops in China, it flops in America, it flops in Europe, then they're going to be like, okay, maybe this isn't working. But it's coming, but it's a whiles off still, I feel.
Yeah, it takes time for things like that to to kind of grab hold, and culture to change is what we're looking for, And you see little glimmers of hope, but then it's like we take 2 steps back, with some things. But
generally that comes from the top down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like you don't see those 2 steps back from the people who are giving you the glimmer of hope. You just see the people, pushing this crap, doubling down and tripling down, and just trying to push and push and push. And they think the more they push, the more their message is getting through. But the more they push, the more they're pissing people off.
Yeah, well, and then when those people lose that giant amount of money, which will happen, then they're going to say, well, maybe we should dial it back.
Yep. And I love seeing these big corporations get their comeuppance, when they try to do stupid shit like that. Like you're trying to make Coca-Cola like Woca-Cola, and I mean, come on, man. It's like nobody wants that shit. Like I don't want political messaging from my soda, which I don't even drink soda, but ice cream like Ben and Jerry's, like Gillette. I mean, it's like Gillette lost money because of that shit. Like they lost a ton of fucking money, and it's like just don't, man. You're not fooling anybody. We know what you're doing. It's all marketing. You don't give a shit. You're a global billion-dollar corporation. Like you don't stand for anything except your shareholders and your profit margins. When you try to do shit like that, like I said, they got smacked in the mouth for it. So it really helped Harry's Razors a lot, I'm sure.
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave. Yep, that too. Yeah, Dollar Shave
I'm
Club.
a proud member of the Dollar Shave Club.
Well, FanZcene's right. Well, you're all right. Because look how they can take it all the way to the edge, like with Gina, and they get to the edge and they're like, well, you know what? Maybe we should not have fired her. Oh, crap. We're starting to see rumblings of that because they know they must have lost a lot of Disney Plus subscribers. That's our main event tonight is the Gina Carano discussion. When her nomination for Best Supporting Actress dropped last night, Paulie, I gotta give a shout out to Paulie. He messaged me and sent me the poster for it, and he's like, check this out, man. And I'm like,
oh shit. I'm like, damn, they're I mean, to me, trust me, it's them using her because, well, she is a woman, and they're like, well, we can use woman to get award and make us look good. We don't care. We already fired woman. That's basically the way they're looking at it to me.
And her popularity has surged.
Yep.
Mega since.
Yep.
So
yeah, so and that's it. It's it. They're realizing they're losing that money. But like I said, we're going to talk about that. Let me get to the second headline here. Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo call out the Golden Globes for a lack of diversity. The Avengers join forces against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. This from my favorite heifers over at the marysue.com. So Mark Ruffalo's and ScarJo are teaming up to call out the Hollywood Foreign Press for not being diverse enough.
I mean, just look at the diversity they got there. I mean, Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo. Now that is
Right.
major diversity calling for diversity.
Yes.
Once again, two privileged white people
Yes.
talking down to other non-privileged white people.
Yep. Seriously, Mark Ruffalo, could he be any more of just a he's an insufferable bitch. Like, I cannot stand him, like, at all. Like, at all.
This is times like this I really wish they would have kept Edward Norton.
I know. If he wasn't such an asshole to work with.
Yeah, I know. I like Edward Norton too, man.
I
liked his Hawk movie. I thought it was like probably the best of the Hawk series they made.
I think
personally.
So. I do. I agree with that.
I don't know, man. It's just Mark Ruffalo. The more the guy talks, the more you can't stand the guy.
Yep. That's it. He's an insufferable little just swarmy weasel. I can't stand him. I just every time he talks or tweets anything, I'm just like.
Well, yeah, Tony and I were talking about this the other night that the Hollywood agenda, whatever it picks, I guess, and feminism and racism and stuff at the moment, but it's just a propaganda tool, really. So these people, these privileged fools like Mark Ruffalo and ScarJo, and they get paid this extra money to go do this extra thing. I mean, of course, they're not going to say no, and none of them even consider the fact that they're a walking group of hypocrites. They don't even do that. They just are doing their job for their X amount of money. And I think what really bums me out about it is that there is a large group of American people that aren't teenagers. They're grown-ups, the cat ladies of the world and the lonely teachers and, just the weirdos and whatnot. That just hold on every word about this stuff, being a propaganda. Other than money being an issue, like, it would be great to finally see somebody just stop that. What is the word I'm looking for? The system of it going around and around. It's just propaganda. It's propaganda.
To her credit, ScarJo kind of spoke up a few weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago now. She's like, look, I'm an actor, not a politician.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, like, that's when everybody was talking about that. She did come out and say actors should act and not, get their political views out. But then now she's doing this. She's saying, calling for this. That's a political statement.
I didn't hear. It's my bad. I'm
She got a talking to.
Yeah. No, I missed that. I was shutting my dogs out. What did she come out and say again?
It was like a few months ago, I think it was. She came out and said, like, actors should just act and not spread their political views, and they should just do their job. But then she's coming out now screaming for diversity, which is a political statement.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And I know a lot of people grabbed onto that when she said that, which is great. It's they should just act to be quiet. And it's what I try my best to separate the actor, from the art. Because there's a lot of movies I like with actors in it that are just horrible people. And so I try not to listen to their interviews or anything like that. But then also, if you think about that, when she said that, her husband that she's married to now, he was screaming political stuff, like about diversity and stuff like that, right before she said that. So it's like they're, like you said, they're hypocrites. They're saying one thing and doing another.
Yes.
South Park put it best. I mean, there's just a smug problem, and it's just growing and growing. They're just in their own cloud of stink, just repeating their lines back to each other and like, well, everybody I know thinks this. And it's like, yeah, because you're in an echo chamber. You're not going out. You're not thinking about the people that's actually growing your organic food that you dine on every night. And like, instead of calling it a flyover state, why don't you go visit some of these places and talk to the people and see how life is for the ones that, hey, if I don't grow this crop, we don't eat, we don't pay our bills,
Yeah. Or you could end up like Gwyneth Paltrow and have to eat bread.
And make vagina candles.
Vagina candles.
People are so just disconnected from the heartbeat of.
They have no concept of what life is like for somebody who lives in, like I said, I live in a fucking flyover state. I mean, it's just kind of funny. It's fun. I got the Detroit chief of police, Chief Craig, is retiring. He's a wonderful man, excellent law enforcement officer. My dad's a retired Detroit cop, so I was talking to my dad, and he's talking about running for governor, and I'm a libertarian, and and I said today, I was like, I don't think he should run. I think he's too good of a person to get involved in politics. I said, I'd retire, and I would enjoy the fact that you had a successful career. You did a lot of good things for a city that needed somebody to do good things for. And this woman, he's gonna go for the racist, the Republicans. And I was like, that's not a very tolerant thing to say. I'm like, and then she said that the entire state of the entire northern Michigan, she goes, they'd never vote for him because he's black. I'm like, well, I live up there, and I would, and I'm not even a Republican, so I was like, I think he, because he's a good person, but I don't think he should run. And that's the same thing. It's like, people like him don't need to get into politics. Actors are meat puppets. They're meat bags. They're just, memorize and repeat. And that's exactly what they do when they step on stage. Like I said, they don't represent anything. Like Tony, they're disconnected from reality. They live in a bubble. They're surrounded by people whose job is to make them happy, make them feel good, make them feel like they're, the center of the universe. So how can you live in reality when your world is literally fake?
I hate that view that these people, these rural people or right-leaning people wouldn't vote for someone because they're black. Like, number one, the first black politicians and leaders in this country were Republicans. That's never, like Flipp and I were talking about the other night. Go check out the 1964 Civil Rights Act and go look who voted for that and who didn't. Mm-hmm. That's just become a common.
Oh, it's a huge
lie over.
It's a huge misconception
over on their side of things, over on the left side of things. There's never been an issue with. It's just that if I see a black man, I want to treat him like he's my equal, like he's my peer, like he's a man, not oh, you poor thing,
That's nobody wants to be approached like that.
Have you guys ever seen that clip of where a black guy went over to the Republican side? Because I can't remember what it's from, but it was there's these two protests. It was like a Republican Trump rally, and the people outside were protesting. This black guy came over, and he was trying to prove a point, and he went over there, and they all treated him great. They was like, "Come on in, we got your back." This, and he was really surprised, legitimately shocked and surprised, and he had a great time. Then he was like, "Okay, let me take you." He took the woman that was the news reporter. He said, "Let me take you back to my side, show you how good we are." And they walked. He took her back over there, and they started screaming and calling her names and like a whore and a white supremacist, racist. And his face literally was he was shocked.
Wow.
It's crazy because it's two different worlds, man.
Yep.
Two different worlds.
I think it was Tim Scott who said he had never experienced racism in his life until he started sharing conservative viewpoints.
Yeah.
And that's when the racist remark, the Uncle Tim and all that.
Yep. Yeah, that really shocked me because I don't want to get too much deeper into this, but he's always been so even keeled. Every interview, every time, he's I don't know. I hate that. I hate how they mischaracterize people like that just for the sake, because they, like I said, and this is what I told this guy today. I was like, you don't like him just because, you you like black people when they follow and toe the line for what you want them to, but if you show any independence of thought, then you start castigating them and throwing epithets at them. I said, and that's no way to conduct business. That is no way to conduct business. You don't treat people like that. But that's I said, it all goes back to these actors, and they're all just pawns. They treat people, they don't know what people actually want. Like you said, you got Mark Ruffalo out here. Well, this is racist and that's racist, and everybody's looking around going, "Well, what? What are you talking about? How would you even fucking know?" Well, because I know. I was on Twitter. That's basically what they do. They just go on Twitter.
Wait till the day one of them wins one and says, "No, I'm giving it to this person of color who was nominated because they deserve it more than I do."
I'm waiting for one of these assholes to do that.
I'm waiting. I've been waiting for that. And if I was the black actor, I would feel, just pure like I'm worthless, because that makes you feel like you're saying that you're so much better than me. You're going to give me your trophy. It's degradation, man. It's just.
That's like the Anthony Hopkins situation with Chadwick Boseman. It's like he should give it to Chadwick. It's like what? Believe it or
not, I actually read a story that said the Oscars flopped because he won. That's why nobody watched it, was because of him.
That's what they're saying.
No, that's not what everybody's saying. I read it as some article somewhere. Somebody
was it in the Mary Sue by chance?
I don't know. It could have been, but it was like they were trying to make a case saying that it didn't flop because of everything that was going on. It flopped because Anthony Hopkins won. So that's why people tuned out.
Yeah. Wrong.
Wrong. You have to tune in the first place to tune out.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Hey, what's up, Glinzer? He says, being on Twitter or being on the shitter seems only the second one is necessary. You're right. You're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. Let's get to the third and final headline here. Joker 2's main character should be Bruce Wayne, not Arthur Fleck. If Joker 2 has to happen, and report suggests it does, the DC sequel should be told from Bruce Wayne's perspective, not Arthur Fleck's. This from the mental midgets over at ScreenRant.com.
Wouldn't it be a Batman movie?
Exactly.
I gotta say, I absolutely loved the Joker.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great flick. It was probably one of the best things DC's made in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need a sequel? No, it doesn't. Would I be excited if they made one? Yeah, I probably would. Does it need to be told from the point of view of Bruce Wayne? No, because then it would just be Batman.
I'm gonna
pretty much summed it up.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and be the weird one. So I didn't read the article. I just haven't had time. But the way I'm seeing it in my head is Batman wakes up, or he's in an interview, or I don't know, and he's kind of talking as the narrator,
and he gets what he fucking deserves.
Yeah, and he's like, I met Joker on a dark, stormy night the first time, whatever he says. And then it goes into the story of Arthur Fleck or whoever the hell they choose to be Joker in this. Maybe it's a different Joker. I can't tell what the hell WB.
Not another one.
Yeah. There's maybe it's Jim Carrey this time. I don't know. It's something weird. But
it's the Riddler.
Let's say it's actually that same guy, River Phoenix brother, Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin. Oh, God. Can I do a Peter Griffin for a second? And we were left with a hair-lip reminder of what could have been.
I don't know why when you make that. I always think it's Ted from Mark Wahlberg's Ted movie.
Same guy. It's all right. Same guy.
Yeah. Love that movie.
Basically the same character, except one's a freaking teddy bear.
Love that. I don't know. I think I could see them having it as a narrator, like Batman's the narrator talking about the evils of Joker, but at the same time, I'd really rather it not be. So, yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
Yep. As Tony said earlier, I'm kind of afraid that if they do this, I mean, we've had to see Batawang in the comics, so hey Joker, come here. I don't want to do it. Come here, Joker, you fucker.
I'm not gonna watch Joker. I mean, it's for real. Like, that's a movie that
It doesn't need to be
stands on its own. It does not need another, and this is just greed now.
Yeah.
Personally,
let it have its place in history.
Personally, I would like to see something like how they did the Joker, do something more like that with other characters.
Yeah.
They should have did what they wanted to do when they first brought in the Joker, was make it like a Elseworlds DC universe. Because it's an Elseworlds tale, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And so they should do more of that on the side.
Agreed.
Do other characters.
Yeah, that would be very interesting if they just took one villain for each of these flicks, and
a villain or a hero or something, and just change them up a bit.
Agreed.
Look at this. We were talking about bad CG earlier. I have this screenshot from my video today. That's Ryan Wilder being stunning and brave, and Mary. They're using her. What did I call it? It was her baton bat vibrator. I think I called it in the video today. But to get out of the building, because Cluemaster had rigged the Quiz Bowl set with C4. And so now Sophie knows that Ryan is Batwoman. Well, she already knew, but yeah, it's but yeah, this is from Batwoman today.
What's bad is that reminds me of the mall scene in Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, that was fucking horrible.
Wow,
that was like that scene was like if it's a Nissan van commercial or mini SUV where the soccer mom drops off the kids and then daydreams, and that's that entire. Oh my god!
Accurate.
I'm Wonder Woman. Meanwhile, the whole time she's not like out fighting crime. She's actually at home doing laundry and making sandwiches.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to hell for that. And Wednesday, I'll be hosting an all-women's panel called Ladies Night here. That's a good segue into that, where I'll be making the sandwiches.
But yeah, like I said, Joker 2 doesn't really need a sequel. I mean, if they can top and make a good one, I'd be all for it. But it doesn't need it, and it definitely doesn't need to be told from the point of view of Bruce Wayne.
Nope.
But I'm like with Red Gaze there, man. I'd say make multiple Elseworlds tales of villains or lesser known characters that you can just flesh out and have fun with, and you don't have to worry about the fans saying no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, it's going to be a one-off movie, so
yeah, just one-off movie, man.
Yeah, that's that's the cool thing about a lot of DC villains is they all, not all, but most of them have very intriguing backstories, and I mean, there's a lot that they could flesh out there. Whether it's accurate or not, it could just be entertaining.
We could do Captain Banjo,
Condiment King.
But I mean, hey, you could probably make a really dark Captain Banjo movie. It could be a killer, honestly.
Possibly. What about Man Bat? I mean, that would be cool as shit.
Yeah, Man
Bat.
Oh,
dude, Man Bat. Yes, Man Bat would be fucking sweet. I could get down with that. That's a fucking
Ron Perlman's version of Clayface from the Batman the Animated Series, where he was an actor,
awesome.
like an old 50s actor who turns into Clayface. Man, that could be amazing.
And Ron Perlman already has the face for it. He already looks like a fucking caveman. God, his fucking forehead looks like Albert Pujols in 50 years if he kept doing HGH. he literally turned into Frankenstein. My wife is watching Sons of Anarchy, and occasionally I'll catch an episode. Every time I look at him, I'm like, Jesus Christ, he looks like he's evolution skipped a step. He's so fucking homely. God,
you know what I'd like
a mongoloid.
It recently came out. Batista was saying he went into WB office and he wanted to play Bane. Just in the same, theme of the Joker, tell a really gritty Bane story, and let's see what kind of acting chops Batista really has. Going from comedic Drax to just this really just awful tale of this kid being born in a prison, and just take it from there, end it with them breaking Batman or whatever you got to do. But I think that would be really interesting.
Or you could end it very tragically and end it with him getting the first injection of Venom and all of a sudden he's addicted and he's this monster now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make him real sympathetic, and then
Yeah, then all of a sudden he's like, it's like a drug tragic tale story of all this. I mean, it would be amazing. The only thing would be, I don't know about Batista. I mean, it could be interesting, but I would like to see them actually do like a Bane, a Hispanic Bane, like he's supposed to be.
I think Batista. He's
He's Philippine or whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like Cuban or something. Oops.
Cuban B. I was gonna say. I thought.
I mean, he would be the closest person to be a Bane. So,
I think he's done some theater. If I remember, the story about him wanting to be Bane came from like a year ago, actually. Is that right?
Yeah. Did was it shit. He's in that Zack Snyder movie, Army of the Dead. Is that what it's called? The zombie movie. Is that out? Is that Netflix or Hulu?
It's Netflix. I don't think it's out yet.
I'm not sure if it was really. I can't remember if it was released yet or not. I'm sure I'd see like 1,050,000 reviews of it if it was. I don't know. We'll probably talk about it on a live stream or 10, but I don't know if I'll do a video or anything. But no, yeah, I think honestly, I'd like to, like Tony said, I'd like to see him. Let's see what you got then. Let's see if you can pull this character off. I mean, he's got physically, yeah. It's there, but Bane is a pretty nuanced character. So he really is. If you do the character right, I'm not talking Jeep Swenson Bane.
If you remember his wrestling days, though, and that's like one take. I mean, something amazing about Batista was his little facial, like when he looked at Triple H when he was going to challenge him at little things like that. I mean, he was kind of a nuanced character in the WWE.
I was a fan of his.
So was I.
Back in the day, man. Like when he worked Undertaker at Mania, I was there at that one in Detroit.
Yeah.
I liked him, man. Like when he was in Evolution and they turned on him. And yeah, like you said, he was very expressive facially, and he was good in that gray area between babyface and heel, kind of that tweener.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked him as a heel, but he worked as a babyface too, though, because the crowd got behind him. So he could possibly pull that off.
He could. I mean, as long as you'd have to tell it in like a very dramatic type sort of way too, because Bane is not this huge guy who goes, "I will break you, Batman." No, he's very smart. His mind is also in the comics. He's very, very intelligent. He knew exactly how to break Batman. He had a plan. He came into Gotham and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." And then when Batman finally gets to this point, I'm gonna break him, and he succeeded.
Yep.
So he's very, very smart. He's very articulate for all the pain and everything he goes through and the addiction to Venom. He's not just a roided out, me break.
Or they could really take it in a weird direction, and we could see how good the most interesting man in the world's acting chops are. And he could be. I am the most interesting man in the world, and I'll be Bane. Get a free beer when you go.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I drink Venom.
Stay thirsty, my friends. So speaking of that, the trailer dropped today for Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Did you guys watch it?
I've seen it, yes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I'll let you all go first.
I thought it was meh. It didn't grab me. I didn't care for the breakfast joke in the beginning. I didn't care for the joke at the end. To me, Venom should be a lot more serious. And I think Tom Hardy is perfect casting for Eddie Brock.
Yes.
But I don't feel Eddie Brock from him at all.
Yeah.
I think Woody Harrelson is great casting for Carnage. But we didn't see a whole lot of him in there. And if I'm going to be honest, if you look at the woman they got in the glass cage in that trailer, I'm pretty sure she's going to be the main central part of the movie, to be honest with you. And I believe she's supposed to be a symbiote too. So I just wasn't feeling it right off the bat.
which Shriek is supposed she's cast in this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Shriek. Because
Yeah.
if you watch the trailer, it focuses more on this woman who's inside this glass cage, like they're testing her more than it does show Eddie or Carnage.
Yeah, yeah, that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
I really liked the first movie. I did. It's it's got its.
yeah, I liked it too.
It was fun, man. That's the thing. And yeah, Tom Hardy is wonderful as Eddie Brock. Yeah, this trailer didn't really like. There was a few moments there, but yeah, like you said, I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like you could put a joke in here or there, but I'm like, don't try to be Deadpool. Not everybody is Deadpool. You
I
know.
wasn't feeling the jokes. But like the stuff with like where it showed Cletus Cassidy, Woody Harrelson in prison, he's punching the wall and he's laying on the thing and they're about to execute him. That shit was cool.
That was
like,
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the tone was off because like you got like this dark moments with him in prison, and then you got these comedy bits, and then you got this other part of the story that you didn't really explain with the Shriek in the cage. It's like just flash images of her in there real quick, but how does that pertain to the story? But then you don't really want a whole lot. You know, you don't want to be spoiled, but it also was. It felt like it was all over the place tonally to me.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I kind of watched it with the sun beating down on me. Like I couldn't really see very well, and then my phone, like the volume sucks on it. But it didn't. I didn't see Carnage. Was he actually? I mean, I saw the Cassidy character, but
it showed him real quick near the end.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a glimpse.
Okay, that would explain it. Yeah, the breakfast thing was like, okay, it's in the trailer. I think they're just trying to show that they came up with a creative way to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be all right if that was just like trailer footage, you know.
I would
better.
Go ahead.
Well, I think we'll better be able to tell in the second trailer. I want to like it, and I'm not saying I'm gonna. There were a lot of problems with the first one too, but it was just stupid fun. Like grab some popcorn, sit down, and watch some, crazy. I like Venom being angry and wanting to eat people. That's in the first one. That was a really good thing. But,
I
it
feel
didn't
like
grab my attention though.
Yeah, I feel like the jokes might be because they're going to be combining the universes, the MCU with this Sony universe, with that big deal they just made and everything. So I'm pretty sure that they will be joining Spider-Man in them soon. So I think that was kind of Marvel's influence.
Yeah.
With the jokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I didn't. The first Venom was better than I was expecting it to be, but I haven't really. It's not a movie that I go back and watch. And I just like villain. Like I like him as a badass villain. I've never enjoyed Venom as much as a good guy or as an anti-hero. I like to see him evil and tear shit up and give Spider-Man a hard time. And
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what I said. I didn't quite feel Eddie Brock. And I think that has to do with the lack of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's like he's the titular character that all these guys shoot off from, This is his rogues gallery, so it's kind of, it's like when you get like an action figure as a kid and you have like either a good guy or a bad guy, but then you don't have the opposite one. It's like, well, what are you going to fight against, like what is your mission? But Flip, you got to take off, don't you?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No. Thank you for stopping in, man.
Yeah, Flip is fun.
It's good to see FanZcene, Red Gaze, who I barely ever get.
No.
Did we lose him? Flip,
Yep.
you there?
You there, Flip?
Freezes up.
Yep.
I miss you too, Flip. I know what you're trying to say. I miss you, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang on the beach one day and hold hands and watch the dolphins together.
Listen to that live song, "The Dolphins Cry" together on the beach and hold hands.
No, we'll be crying watching the dolphins.
Oh, wait. Glenn just says Dr. Doom needs his own movie. Absolutely.
That would be tight. That would be tight. Yeah.
If they can
be done like
finally
the
do them right.
Like I said, Mads Mikkelsen is Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I think that casting would work.
I actually thought the Morbius movie looked better than Venom 2, to be honest.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay, brother.
I was like, now they think I just totally left. Like, my signal. But I did want to at least say, hey, thanks a lot for having me, Tep, and it's great to see you,
brother. You're absolutely welcome, man. Like I said, it's always a pleasure. I know you're busy, so that's why it's. I always gotta get. Like I said, you were like, "Oh, I can only stay for a little bit." I'm like, Psh, "That's fine. You'd be coming on, hanging out, talking, so that's absolutely fine, brother. I was glad to have you." Did he freeze again?
I think he did.
Oh, gee, Flip. I'm just all right. I'll bounce you out, buddy.
It's okay. Flip. We love you, man.
We love you, brother.
See you later, Flip, man.
There we go. And then there were four. No, we're going to go into a break, but we're not going to play a bumper right now. No. We are going to watch FanZcene's trailer for his upcoming project, his documentary about the 80s. Which when does that drop now? When you drop
this Thursday.
Thursday, okay. Oh, nice.
This Thursday. I think I got it set to premiere at 7 p.m. at the moment. So it looks like I'll probably premiere at 7 p.m. The time may change, but I'm feeling 7 p.m. So I'm gonna try to pull this up for you guys.
Okay.
Bear with me. My internet can be a little slow at times. So StreamYard takes a lot. You guys talk while
okay.
Do you have an estimated runtime?
It's actually going to be 52 minutes and 22 seconds. So I know this is a long video, but it's actually like it's a documentary. So
yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Get your popcorn.
I'll be watching it on my TV in the living room.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull this up here as soon as I get it going. It's hard, like with my internet, but for whatever reason, when I'm on StreamYard and I go to YouTube, it's like slows down.
Oh, that was like my the laptop I had before this one. Even with good internet, like it would just get bogged down. Flip messaged me. It was bad. Like I only use it now to like if I'm sitting in the living room to like type up my outlines when I'm watching Batwoman or Prodigal Son, and yeah, it's so I get so mad. I'm like, this thing is so. I was like, oh my god, it's old. I was like, it's okay, it's okay as long as you work still. You know, it's my backup. God, I have like I've had good luck with this computer. Knock on wood so far. Like I said, I got a steal, and I'm just using like a gaming laptop, but it's like an HP Omen. It clips along pretty. It's much better for editing. The other one, editing with that was a nightmare. Like I couldn't imagine doing like, and I did like what the longest video I think I've done was like 35 minutes maybe, and editing that on that computer, that was the lost video me and Sal did last year. That was a nightmare. Like it was painful.
Yeah, I know. I got this this little laptop here that I use for my streaming because I do all my like editing on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I have decent internet, but you like when I start streaming and stuff, it's like hard to open up more than one tab.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to get to it, guys, because I don't want you guys to have a lot of dead air. But if you're going to talk about something while I get it,
you're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Tony, you've been doing your videos now. You've been doing some conversations. You actually just had Flip on.
Yeah, we're gonna premiere the first part of that tomorrow. It's ToneDef Talks. It's more of a just one-on-one sit down, talk about social issues, pop culture, just get to know everybody a little bit better. It's something I'm really enjoying doing, and you can go check out the Clown World review after the show. We had Cody from Pursuing Paranormal on last week. We were discussing spirituality. We were discussing just perception and, basically what's out there. Is there a greater sense of purpose beyond the physical? So definitely check that out. We were talking a little ghost talk, and it was a really fun conversation, and all 4 parts are available now.
Oh, they're all up. All right.
Yeah.
You know what we need to talk about, Tony? I got a bone to pick with you.
Yes. I love bones.
Chicky nuggies.
Oh, dude, that video was fucking hilarious.
How dare you suggest that 3 and under is the limitation for honey with chicken nuggets.
I know. I eat honey with chicken nuggets all the time.
You know, I just didn't want to catch no heat. Ain't nothing wrong with a little honey with chicken nuggets.
That's all I eat with most chicken products, actually.
It used to piss me off when I worked at McDonald's like years ago. And okay, I remember a time before ranch. And
yeah, ranch can go fuck itself.
Yeah, when I was it's like, okay, I'll have a 6-piece Happy Meal.
Anti-ranchist.
Yeah, and everyone's getting ranch nowadays. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't get ranch with chicken. You can get ranch with your chicken tenders, some hot wings if you're not down for blue cheese. I get that.
I like blue cheese, though.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, you know what? You want to get really dirty? How about teriyaki wings with blue cheese?
Oh yeah.
And then just Dutch oven your wife. Never again. But seriously, like, there's no sweet and sour sauce like McDonald's sweet and sour. It's its own specific thing, you know, or their hot mustard, barbecue, or even a trailer.
We'll segue from chicken nuggets.
There you go. And I do hot mustard sauce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love.
Their fries with sweet and sour is so bomb.
I'm going to try that next time.
I've been doing that since like 5th grade.
That's what I refer to diarrhea as, hot mustard sauce.
No, I'll never be able to eat it again.
Do you realize what you've done?
Every single day, yes.
You guys are nuts. Whenever you want me to play it, just let me know. I'll hit play.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
A lot of people point to certain areas. I think the 80s really was a golden age of cinema to a lot of degrees. I mean, you had more quality movies coming out within a short time span. There was one summer where you had Karate Kid, Indiana Jones, Gremlins, and Ghostbusters. And that was in one summer. It was 19.
The 80s had this weird look at things. When I hear somebody go, the 80s was about politics and the power of greed, that came in the 90s talking about the 80s. The stuff that came out in the 80s was something new and fresh.
Here we are 30 years after this amazing decade ended, and we're still talking about it. We still love it. I mean, it's still, for many of us, the period where some of our favorite films exist.
I mean, the 80s means everything to me. I mean, the 80s is when I grew up. It's what formed me. Just about every favorite movie I have came out in the 80s, aside from maybe Jaws.
I think the one thing about 80s movies that causes them to resonate even 35 years or even more later, we're getting all of these sequels. Cobra Kai was inspired by the Karate Kid films, is there was a certain earnestness in the 80s.
boobs, babes, and explosions.
Like, I just threw that last line in there because I thought it was funny.
Dude, that is. I am so looking forward to that.
But yeah.
I'm so looking forward to that.
It's good, man. We cover 3 topics. It's a 3-parter. First, just talk about the 80s, what it is about them, their impact and influence. Is like we talk about. I got them talk about like Stranger Things and the Goldbergs and synthwave and stuff. Why it inspires that stuff today, and then why we just flat out love 80s movies today. I mean, and they gave me some really good stuff. They were great to talk to, man. Those guys were all great to talk to. So much great information from them. It's going to be good. I'm hoping it's good. I edited it the best I could. I got some good montages in between, like beginning, middle, and end. There's montages of 80s movies, like in an 80s movie, and then the interviews. So I'm just hoping everybody likes it, man, because I've been working on it for probably the last 2 months, and I haven't done a whole lot of content because of that, because I've been trying to get it just right.
Yeah. That's a passion project, man.
Yeah, it's passionate, man. I was inspired. I'm gonna be honest. I was inspired by the Phantom Collective. I was inspired by you guys. I was inspired by like the Geeks and Gamers crew, Midnight's Edge, and the people that made In Search of Darkness and In Search of Tomorrow. They really inspired me to do this, and that's why I did it. I mean, it's not like movie quality, but like we've been saying, man, if you want entertainment you like, that's not woke, that that people you can support, do it yourself. You got to start doing it yourself. And I took that advice and I made what I wanted to see, a documentary about 80s movies, because I love the 80s. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like I started doing like the stupid Galaxy High reviews and shit,
I love those too, man, because I watch them.
And they're so fun. Those are so much fun to make. And like the last one, I didn't get to do one this weekend. I was away from YouTube. I was at my mom's all day, celebrating Mother's Day on Saturday, and then Sunday, I got up and cooked breakfast for the wife and did stuff with her and the kid all day. So I didn't get to make one this weekend, but there'll be another one next weekend. It's episode 6, and the last one, if you watch that, I was like that. I've never done one like just a completely like sarcastic like on one of those reviews. I was like making fun of like Milo for being like the white supremacist, the privileged white male with his 6-arm privilege and shit. Like the whole time I was like, I'm just gonna do this like all tongue in cheek. But yeah, dude, the 80s is a great time. The entertainment
it's so good.
You couldn't beat like the movies then. Like really, there hasn't been another decade where it's been matched in terms of quality and quantity
and
of just hits.
The sweet synthesis of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, man.
Loved it.
Yes, I'm so much more like back into synthwave now. It's like,
oh, definitely.
I can just sit there and listen. Like when I'm editing, I'll just sit there and listen to like those like 3-hour long like synthwave, and just I screen record those, a lot of them too, and I use them because the music is it's perfect. It's perfect background music.
I got like 4 synthwave free use synthwave songs in that. That's perfect. It blends right into it, man. And it's just I love synthwave, man. The 80s, it's just it gets you in the mood, man. It gets you going.
Oh, it is. It's great. It is, man. And that trailer looks great, dude. We're looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, man. I'm looking forward. I mean, Robert Meyer Burnett. I mean, how cool is that? He was a great guy. He's great fun to talk to. And then Rob and Tom from Midnight's Edge. I mean, Rob. I got him on camera. He doesn't get on camera too often.
No.
So I got him on camera, man. So, and then Gary Kissel. I don't know if you guys know him from Pop Culture Minefield.
I've watched some of their stuff. I've never streamed with them before though.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's actually a big comic artist. He makes movie posters, and he's the founder of Blade Zone, the #1 Blade Runner website in the world.
Oh wow. All right.
So like he founded that, and like he does all kinds of like shit. Like he just did the cover for a Bruce Campbell movie that just came out on Blu-ray. It's one of Bruce Campbell's older flicks that not a lot of people know about, and they just fixed it up and released it. He did the cover for the Blu-ray and everything. So he's he's got knowledge. That's why I wanted to get people who had knowledge of the 80s and what they felt, because they all, I mean, they're older guys and they all grew up in that time as kids and as teenagers. So what better people to explain it than those guys?
Yeah.
And they work in the industry. So
yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, dude, we're all looking forward to that. It's going to be, like I said, I think you're going to see a really good response on that. Because
I hope so, man. I know YouTube, we come for it for quick videos, you know, because we're the ADD generation or whatever. So I'm just hoping people stick with it and at least watch to the end.
For what it's worth, I love watching a good documentary on YouTube.
Yes. It is. It's especially when it's, like you said, it's put together well. It's got a nice tone to it. It's, you know, and that's it. I do the same thing. Like the other night, I was watching Dark.
He's watching the Dark.
Side of the Ring.
What's the dark?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I'm a little stoned. My bad. Okay, so I got some new edibles the other day, right? And apparently I had not gauged their potency. So yeah, the old Sour Apple Hulk 200 milligram got me. It's apparently got me on repeat. So we're going to go over to this article from Bounding into Comics while I can still speak coherently. And we're going to talk about American Psycho. Author Bret Easton Ellis says his best-selling novel would not be published today on account of being too problematic for feminists. We don't talk about literature much here, but I liked. I liked American Psycho. I mean, it's for what it was. It's a good movie. And Christian Bale is off the wall insane, fucking in it, and it's awesome. So I've never read the book though, and books are often, you know, far more graphic than their cinematic counterparts because they can be. So I guess he would take a lot of heat today for the nature of his book, and the movie in general. I mean, is still panned by feminists now. Like they hate that movie.
Oh yeah. I do occasionally hear them bitching and complaining about it.
What's fun? I wonder if they celebrate the sequel, because Mila Kunis played the killer in the sequel, American Psycho 2. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I wonder if they're like celebrating that, because that's diversity, right?
I've never heard them celebrate that. I've never heard them celebrate much of anything. Just be miserable and hate their lives.
What a bunch of ungrateful heathen swine.
Wonder if they celebrate the other movie that's based off his book. Stars Dawson from Dawson's Creek as Patrick Bateman's brother.
Oh, really? I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's oh man, I cannot remember the name of it. It's really bad. It's a really bad movie.
I've never even heard of it. This sounds amazing.
It's like him. It's Patrick Bateman's brother, who Dawson, James Vanderbeek plays him, and they're in college, and it's like this weird thing of like a college 90s teen movie mixed with dark themes. It's bad. It's not a very good movie, but it's one of those movies where it's like you can't look away. like Ian Somerhalder. Do you guys know who that is?
Yep, he was on Lost.
He plays a gay character who's infatuated with James Vanderbeek. And there's like literally a scene where he's sitting on the bed playing with himself, looking at James Vanderbeek, and like nobody's paying attention.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I recreated that scene on accident in my own bedroom the other day.
I was just like, I can't. Why do this is not American Psycho? Because I was like, I heard it was like based off of the book from the guy that wrote American Psycho, and I was like, oh, I liked American Psycho. Let's check this movie out. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's American jerk off.
If you liked American Psycho, you probably like this. No, I won't.
I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me at the moment.
Wait, Glenzer says really the Informers?
No, it wasn't the Informers.
Oy vey, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that just sounds fucking. That's American Psycho on crack. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it was. It's like, oh man, and you wouldn't even know that it's connected, that the worlds are connected, because I don't think they mentioned Patrick Bateman's name once, and it's not even in the 80s. So it's set like at the present. So you can tell
Jesus.
there was like the studio was like trying to capitalize off what came before.
Yeah.
But also capitalize off of teen movies like with James Vanderbeek. And it's just like, oh my God.
They just call it Cash Grab, the movie.
Yeah, it obviously didn't work because nobody's heard of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never heard
I
of it.
believe it was like a huge flop.
Ugh. So it's this best-selling author, Bret Easton Ellis, known for the critically acclaimed novel American Psycho, has recently slammed modern-day feminism by saying that his book would not be published today on account of being too problematic for feminists. American Psycho was originally published in 1991 and was adapted for the silver screen in the year 2000, with the Dark Knight actor Christian Bale in the role of Patrick Bateman, a successful Wall Street investment banker with psychopathic tendencies who kills women during or after his sexual encounters with them.
Well, I don't know how feminists feel about it, but I know the ladies sure do love their 50 Shades of Grey, which is basically this without the murder.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Every woman wants to be tied up and whipped until you tie them up and whip them, and then they know that safe word real quick. Let me tell you. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's all fun and games until somebody catches a thumb in the ass.
Oh, I thought that was still fun and games.
Well, I mean, it just depends on who's receiving. Anyway, I'm not here to cast aspersions, but or king shame unless you're a furry. Then you're out.
Is it wrong that my safe word is spaghetti and meatballs?
No, if it's right for you, it's right.
Yeah. Like I said, as long as you're not a furry. Then if you are, fuck off. In a recent that's the only kink shaming we do here on the channel. In a recent interview with The Telegraph, Ellis was asked by reporter Jake Carriage if he regretted that there's such a gap between his own intentions for the book and the way it was received, to which the author replied, "I think the gap doesn't really exist anymore." Audience always understood the novel, Ellis continued. Maybe feminists didn't, but I'm not sure the book is feminist. Definitely satirical, though. I understand that the lens through which we view things makes it somewhat problematic now.
Yeah, along with everything else in existence.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Everything that's ever happened before 2016 probably is now entirely problematic and must be canceled.
It's just like it's so stupid.
It's tiring. It's mentally taxing to deal with this bullshit. Yeah, it is. It's fucking it's ridiculous, dude. It really you can't like what level of cognitive dissonance are you walking around in at this point where you're worried about, things that John Wayne said, and he's been dead since 1970 something. I mean, you're canceling this. You're race swapping Hamilton. I tried to watch that. I did, and I say that as somebody who likes musicals. I made it through about 22 minutes of Hamilton, and I was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." I'm just
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh my god, yeah. I was like through to the first two musical numbers, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
yeah,
this didn't need to be made. Like what why like no him and Aaron Burr don't need to be rapping to each other. What the fuck, what are you even talking about? It would look like that guy looks like Cat Williams, like broke cousin. So I was like, who the fuck is this dude? Is this Matt Williams, like Cat Williams' broke ass cousin? I don't know.
It's crazy.
For example, in his review of American Psycho in the 90s titled Snuff Book, Will Bret Easton Ellis Get Away with Murder?, the New York Times reviewer Roger Rosenblatt, I have to say it like that, I just have to, called Ellis' novel moronic and sadistic. I can just hear this guy sitting there typing, "American Psycho is the journal Dorian Gray would have written had he been a high school sophomore," reads the one description of American Psycho put forth by Rosenblatt. But that is unfair to sophomores. Rosenblatt goes so far as to claim so pointless, so themeless, so everythingless in this novel, except in stupefying details about expensive clothing, food, and bath products, that were it not the most loathsome offering of the season, it certainly would be the funniest. I love this scene.
Oh my god.
Everything list. That's a bad review.
He needs to be asked if he likes Huey Lewis in the news.
Oh god. Oh, here, this ought to be a good one. A Guardian article in the review of in her review of American Psycho, published in the Guardian in 1991. Faye Weldon asserted that the book should be banned because it's anti-woman. Though to be fair, she also thought that anti-male books should probably be banned as well. Well, there's only one type of person that likes banning books. I mean,
a garbage person.
Yeah.
Nope.
The feminists, that's Me Too, CB. Bret Easton Ellis's book is anti-woman. So it is, Weldon wrote. So's the world increasingly. Dead women, the stuff of fiction. It's anti-dog too, and anti-beggar and anti-child. Women in BEE's book just seem to queue up to be murdered. Tie me up and tie me down as young men joining the army queue up to murder. What?
Yeah, well, that just explains this woman's mindset, right? Automatically, she's one of those people that thinks anybody who signs up to enlist is just out to kill people. That's all they want out of it. They just want to kill people. License to kill. That's the kind of retard we're dealing with here.
And what worries me is their mindset, because it sounds like, okay, that's why you would sign up.
Right.
Like nobody else in the room is thinking that but you.
Yep. Yeah. It's like I can, people go in the military. It's like, they want to travel. They want, maybe they have a pension, they have a family member that served. They want to fucking get their college paid for.
Maybe they love their country.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're a patriot or whatever, they do. They want to serve their country, that's an honorable thing to do.
And kill brown people.
Yeah. That's, as my dad said, being a Marine, you get to travel the world, meet interesting people, and then kill them.
I think people just need to, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't read it. Don't ruin it for other people.
And don't enlist if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Literally, nobody is making you.
Yeah, nobody's making it. It's called voluntary.
Yep.
And if the thought that books and movies like this are out there and you're not able to handle that, those are the people that need to be dropped off in the woods for a week. Like you'll learn to deal with shit out in your surroundings that you don't want to look at,
Yeah, it's these people, they were handed too many participation trophies as kids.
Oh, that's funny because we were talking about that. Me and the other guy that teaches gym are organizing field day for the kids, and we're doing how are we gonna do? Are we doing awards or? I said we're not doing any more than 3. I was like, that's it. I said we're not making these kids just. No, we're not doing participation ribbons or anything. It's like, we're going to take this shit back and go like 80s with it. It's like, you either win or you don't, that's it. We'll give you 3. Aside from that, you lost.
Right. I agree with that, man.
It is. You gotta, hey, sometimes you gotta let the playground turn into Lord of the Flies. Sometimes Piggy's gotta die. Sometimes I don't advocate. I'm making a metaphor. YouTube, Susan. I'm sorry, Susan. Look at me, bitch. I'm sorry. Stop. No.
Would Brie Larson's speech apply here? Like, this movie wasn't made for you, and nobody cares.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah. It just
it only works one way. She can say that, but the people that made this and the Salter, he can't say that. He can't say it's not made for you because then he loses everything.
Yep.
Won't be able to use PayPal anymore.
PayPal's even woke. Come on, man. Why's PayPal got to be woke? Come on. Weldon eventually concluded that I reckon if we ban American Psycho as anti-woman, and perhaps we should ban a whole lot of anti-men books, they could be banned too. However, the book is unsurprisingly not without its defenders, as explained to the Times by Picador editor Chris Doyle, whose imprint of publishing house Macmillan currently produces the novel. It depicts violence, cruelty, and greed in order to satirize them. That these issues still remain some of our most challenging and urgent is an indictment of us as a society.
They always will.
Yep.
We live in a society.
We're living in a society. George Costanza, baby. There are rules. Brett is a writer who engages with the darkness so it can be interrogated. He added, if more people had heeded Ellis's warnings, perhaps things might be a bit less awful. It's also worth noting, upon release of The American Psycho, Ellis had not only received death threats, but some bookstores were adamantly against stocking the novel, condemning it for being violent and misogynistic. Oy.
See, this is bullshit because, as having talked to writers and stuff, what they told me is that as a writer, you have to be willing to go into places and scenarios that most people can't or won't look at, because that's how you craft a story. I mean, sometimes you're going to put something in a story that maybe will offend somebody, but you have to be willing to do that. And if you're telling people you can't write something like this or that it should be banned, that takes away another level of creativity and makes something more vanilla, more just bland and shitty.
Yeah, these chuds are all about suppressing creativity. Just
Exactly.
look at there's a reason why everybody says, well, why do they keep ruining old characters? Why don't they just make their own stuff? Well, they tried once or twice, and you saw how that turned out, because they can't create anything. They're dead in their brain when it comes to the creative aspect. They can't do it. All they can do is tear shit down. They cannot create anything of their own, nothing of value.
No.
Just narratives.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing to glean from what they create because it's hollow. It's completely hollow. It's a husk of, I mean, like you said, look at the reboots that they do now. It's like I'm in a Lost group because, like I said, I'm a huge Lost fan. I love that show. And they were talking, somebody shared, they're looking at doing a Lost reboot. And first of all, I looked at the article. I'm like, that article's from a year ago. And I just straight up said, I'm like, no, Lost needs to exist exactly where it does right now. It doesn't need a reboot with woke 2021 politics ruining it. The cast was diverse as fuck. It had a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds, told a lot of different stories, and fleshed the characters out in most parts extremely well. All right, say what you will about the ending. I personally didn't mind it. I like the show. I do. That's one of my favorite shows. But it does not need to be touched. And that's, these people don't understand that they couldn't make, it's like that concept for that show. It was like a little bit darker version of Gilligan's Island, so it kind of was, if you think about it. But I don't know. I don't think, it's like, where are the creatives at that are, we're supposed to be, seeing now? It's like, is this the best that Hollywood can do?
Like this guy.
Yeah, we've got independent creators, which is, that's it. But it's like,
and then like this author here, he's a creative guy.
More. Yeah.
He's not anywhere because his work is sadistic and non-feminist. And so the creative people are shunned.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a sad state of affairs, where we're getting that. Ugh. It says, these days, however, both the novel and the film adaptation of American Psycho are equally praised by both critics and general audiences, many of whom now consider Ellis's best-selling title a classic. Oh, this scene. Oh. Yeah.
That's just sexist. Just sexist.
That's the patriarchy, baby girl. Drink it in. Take a nice long deep breath. Breathe in that patriarchy, mama. It's the last thing you'll ever smell. As a matter of fact, Lionsgate TV chairman Kevin Beggs recently revealed to Collider that an American Psycho series is currently in development. Oy vey, that ought to be. That's scary.
They're either going to destroy it or it's going to get canned.
Oh yeah. If the above is any indication, chances are this upcoming series will also manage to trigger feminists.
Well, what doesn't? If you breathe, you're triggering feminists.
I was gonna say, that's triggering a feminist is pretty easy. Wait, it's another monster. Sup, y'all? Relax, I'm here. What do you say? I've got to return some tapes. Got to take some tapes back. Gilligan, I like that. Yep, Lost is a darker version of Gilligan's Island, man.
I tell you, man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Dude, American Psycho,
man.
American Psycho is. Like I said, I've never read the book, but the movie was.
I've never read the book.
The movie was like great. It was like, for what it was, I was like, this is like, yeah, you know, and I really, honestly, I never really heard, you know, I guess I just didn't pay attention, but yeah, now, you know, here it's like,
It's because nothing was said about the book.
Yep.
Till now.
30,
now that we're in this
30 years later.
30 years later.
No, this is so problematic. Oh my God, Z's. Like 30 years ago, can you believe that he wrote this 30 fucking years ago? Like, even ask him. He did it. He wrote it.
Oh yeah,
misogynist.
yeah.
Like what? Like,
it's like now we have to have warnings before Alien. Themes are outdated. It's like, what? Who cares?
How is the theme of that woman of like there being like a badass female in there? You know, I don't know. It just
because her underwear is this small. So
yeah,
it's
you can see the top of her butt crack.
Yeah, you go on Pornhub. I'm just saying.
That's
You
okay.
do it like 2
that's
seconds.
fine.
You know? But God, please don't. It's like, come on. What is this? You can't have this moral high ground that like moves constantly. That doesn't work. Like you can't move the goalposts when it's, you know,
Boggles the mind.
It does. It's a shame because my brain is already mush from Batwoman as it is, and then I'm trying to take all this in on top of it, and yeah, it frankly it hurts. It hurts.
The problem is you're trying to understand them. That's the issue you're having. There's no understanding. If you have a brain in your head that functions, you're not going to understand. You just have to accept that these weirdos exist, and you know, either ignore them or you know, rebut them or whatever floats your boat. Really, I just try to ignore them.
I know.
Yeah, I tried to too.
I had
and go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
man, go
I was gonna say I got a new show for you that you could probably review soon. When I don't know when it's going to start, but it's another gender swapped TV show coming.
Oh, what
it's
is
about time.
Oh yes, and it's coming from the WWE. They're going to be making a Walking Tall TV series, and Charlotte Flair will be playing the lead character.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of turns me on. That kind of turns me on a little bit. I like Charlotte Flair.
Now, wait a minute, though. There's one problem with that. There's no way anything horrible is going to happen to this character, right? She's just gonna one day, like somebody's going to touch her butt or something, right?
Yeah,
and that's going to send her on a rampage.
How do you? Because you can't do it like even like with Red Sonja. I mean, we all know what happens to her, right? You guys know what happens to Red Sonja, her backstory, right? You can't do something like that specifically to like now and in with Charlotte Flair. I mean, because you know what, in the Walking Tall, when he gets beat the fuck out of and everything that happens to him to help him come back to the town in the original Joe Don Baker version and the Rock version. I mean, it's just.
Is it going to be like, you know, maybe she doesn't get beat down. Maybe she just gets insulted by a bunch of like passive aggressive catty friends to the point where they bully her off social media, and that's what sends her into a rampage. They bully her off Twitter.
Then she'd probably be beating women, right? Because we all know they're the catty ones.
Exactly.
I think some dude in a bar is just going to make a period joke or something, and that's going to be it. Boom, off to the races.
Did you say to me? I am not okay right now.
I am not okay. I literally feel attacked. Like literally attacked.
Literally shaking.
I'm literally shaking.
I mean, if they want to go gritty, I mean, do it. I mean, if you're going to give us a badass Walking Tall TV show with a woman, I'm not saying do the thing Red Sonja stuff thing, but like if she's going to get like attacked or beat up or something, you know, do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, give some people something to cheer for. Yep. I'm not condoning violence towards women. I'm not saying that.
It's a TV show, man. It's fictional violence. It's fine.
I mean, like you said, if you're going to be creative, you got to go into places that you normally wouldn't go into to tell a story.
And
well, especially considering they're not being creative, they're taking someone else's story.
It's been told twice already,
and it's a true story. The Sheriff Buford Pussert is a true story. The original.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Well,
brought to you by the Mary Sue.
Rachel Leichman is playing Joe Don Baker. Princess Weeks. Never mind. It'd be Princess Weeks. You did not. Those are my pronouns. They, them.
E-Tep, you're way too familiar with these clowns.
He lives in that. He doesn't live in that world. He just visits it so he can talk about it.
I bet this son of a bitch sits there and scrolls through the Mary Sue while he's watching Batwoman.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
He's like, oh, this is from my favorite author. Oh, bitch, what you got?
I do. I'm like Rachel Leisman. You didn't. Crusty old cat lady, bitch. No. Smelling like a litter box, sweat and shame. Yeah, I can't with them. I can't. They hurt me. I wonder. I'm seriously. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to go back on Twitter and see if Caroline Dries blocked me. Do it. I've worked so hard to get Caroline Dries to block me. It's like I've worked on this. This is my new project. But all right, we're gonna queue up the next article here. But you know what? I'm feeling like playing Tony's Wakanda Land video again, just because we love it. And
hell yeah.
Because there may have been people in the chat who may not have seen it yet. But if you haven't, this is from Tony ToneDef's Clown World Review, which you should subscribe to. Here's Wakanda Land.
Do you ever look around at your continent and feel a little down? Ashamed of where you come from? Do you ever see your parents offered up to a Libyan warlord from your cage and silently wish to yourself, reality can be whatever I want? My friends, are you simply hungry?
Hi, I'm trans non-binary Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and I'm inviting you to experience the other side of reality. Relax, recuperate, and reinvent yourself at our newest and most diverse Walt Disney World Resort. When real life doesn't quite cut it, come experience our version of Africa. Introducing Wakanda Land.
Book your reservation at Wakanda Land today and get a free 30-day trial to Lucasfilm writer Leslie Headland's new dating app, Wine and Dynasteen. It's a sure thing every time. Available for download through the App Store or Google Play.
Oh, it's so sexy.
That will never get old.
Man.
I've been waiting for that app, man. I'm like, yeah, baby, it's a sure thing every time.
Wine and Dynasteen, baby. I get rid of the traits. All I'm asking is for one of them Nexium cults. That's all I'm asking for. Sorry, that my bad.
So, back over here, bonding into comics. I just want to talk about this a little bit. It's the Star Wars activists want to unwhitewash the Bad Batch, claims characters are racist. Do these people not realize that Tamura Morrison, is the base for all the clones, and his character of Jango Fett is not white, and these are all clones of Jango Fett?
I don't think they care.
I
I think they see men in armor and they're soldiers. It's racist.
Oh God! Like what? It hurts. It hurts to have to try to Oh, here it is. Star Wars activists at Project Stardust, Clone Hub, and elsewhere want to unwhitewash the Bad Batch. Oh my God!
At this point, they can have it.
You know what? I'm not watching it, so
no, I haven't watched any Star Wars since the last episode of The Mandalorian. Man, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not watching any more of their Star Wars shows. It's bad. It is. It's bad. They treat the fans like shit. It's like, I'm not giving you my money. I'm not giving you my money or my time. Let's see, this is first reported by Drunk 3PO. Nessa from Project Stardust claims that the clones in the Bad Batch are distinctly whiter than other clones. Not only that, but Nessa also claims that they perform better than the average clone. Holy shit.
Wait a minute, scroll back up, Ethan. Just okay. I only see one there that's super white.
Yeah, he was a Lobot.
One or two that might be in between somewhere. But there's two there pretty dark.
Yeah. And they're called the Bad Batch because they were like kind of like cast-offs.
It's called a color scheme, you fucking metal midgets. You can't have everybody the same fucking exact skin tone. It's just gonna look stupid.
That's what they want, though.
Yeah. Everybody be this like weird, like just paste color.
But like a beige
and
weird
gray.
A non-threatening beige.
Can you imagine how difficult it must be for them to go through all these clones in the Clone Wars and try to differentiate them somehow? Like, come on, people, get the fuck off it.
Again, I'm thinking NPC gray.
Yep. That's the only way to settle this.
Did trans non-binary CEO Bob Chapek have anything to say about this?
I believe he said we're changing the lighting on the show for the next week.
They showed him to him originally, and he just said whiter.
I want it all white. It's like a Hallmark. It's like a Hallmark Christmas movie. This is
You want to talk about toxic masculinity? He looks like a giant walking white penis.
He is. He's a large phallic symbol. Unlike his predecessor, I'm Bob Iger, sweet tits. Settle down there, sweet tits, huh? We can't have women doing the thinkings and the math. Sometimes thoughts of freedom and justice infect our narrative. That makes business difficult, see? Gangster Bob Iger is going to be one of my characters now. Thanks,
it's funny because all these issues they're having are from the woke companies.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, according to non-binary CEO, we do not view ourselves as either left or right.
Yeah. Yeah. God.
It's certainly not right in any sense of the word.
No. Not politically, not ideologically, none of it. Parrothead said Snowdub watched 2 episodes and says it's woke. I know there's there's like a new female clone, which I'm like, well, those never existed before, but all right, whatever. I'm not watching it anyway. So let's see how they Mary Sue this one up. You know, let's see what they do with her.
She's mom.
Is she gonna be the bestest ever? You know, I'm like, you know, it's one thing if you, like you said, you make a female character and you write her well, that's awesome. But when you do what Disney has a tendency to do lately, it's just like, I'll be fine. She could take out 75 men. It's good. Don't worry about it. Fuck it. We'll go down to the Winchester, let the whole thing blow over, and have a pint.
I'm sure she could have taken Krellick out by herself.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's see what else we got here. So they perform better than the average clone. Like that's an odd flex. That is a very odd flex, I have to say. Project Stardust Nessa is not the only person who feels that way. The activist cited that fellow activist and Tumblr user. Oh yes, because they're very reputable sources of information.
Quite.
Who has created the website unwashthebadbatch.carrd.co.
Check it out.
Oh God.
I'm sure the reason why they perform better than the average clone could have absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they just kind of play by their own rules and they each have a specialty, unlike most other clones.
Yeah, and aren't they like the people they call in to fix things? So they're supposed to perform better.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's why they called them in. That's why this group of characters appeared in the first place, is because regular clones couldn't get shit done.
Yeah.
Here's here it is right here. Hang on, let me. Welcome to the Clone Hub. Same on Tumblr. I'm Black 21 and use she, they pronouns. You're probably here because you A, like clones, or B, saw the hashtag unwashed, unwhitewashed TBB, and wanted to learn more about unwhitewashed the Bad Batch.
First off, that is an amazing layout for a website.
Right? No, we're actually here because we heard you retarded and wanted to see if it was true.
I love just the simple picture, the blue background, and the unreadable text there. It's just amazing.
And of course, he snatched up the most smug-looking fucking clone shot he could possibly find.
This is this looks like it looks like an Angel Fire website from 1997.
That's what I was thinking. It's like early days of when you fire up your AOL.
Earthlink.
Yes.
Oh God, this website is gonna round up. The people are gonna rally behind this. I can feel it.
That's the entirety of the website right there.
I'm surprised he doesn't have like 1 million hits a day.
There's a link to a Gizmodo article. Why fans are concerned about whitewashing the Bad Batches. Project Stardust unwashed. Well, let's click. All right, we're going down a fucking rabbit hole here.
Oh no,
we're going down a fucking rabbit hole. A spark of hope our galaxy needs. Look at NASA.
That was actually a splash of piss. They got it mixed up.
The Star Wars fandom is crash landing. I can't stop. It's the next installment of Star Wars animation, The Bad Batch. Unsurprisingly,
this is what's going to really bring the Star Wars fandom down. Right here, I'm telling you, man. Forget the fandom menace. Forget the destruction of childhood memories. Forget everything. This is what brings Star Wars.
The clones are too white.
Right here.
The clones are too white.
This is killing Star Wars.
Oh my God. Fans of the animated series and fans of the clones are thrilled to see more of the aftermath of Order 66, both from a clone perspective and outside of a clone. Oh my God, unwhitewash them. Whitewashing refers to the action of overwriting the presence, culture, artistry. So like what they're doing to Superman is like the opposite of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on whitewashing Superman, who, was white.
Look at this. I'm making a post here because there's a small amount of traction already on Twitter. Oh my God.
Because, that's how, if it's on Twitter, that's how everybody feels.
Oh, I can't anymore. I can't take any more stupid.
And you knew this was coming. It was going to be something because it's always something. It's with every show. It's always something.
Oh God. The clones are too white. Come on. Like, fuck off. Just fuck off. Like, really, just fuck all the way off. Like, I'm hitting my shit over here. I don't even watch the show, and this is just fucking stupid.
Yep. Do you ever wonder if these hashtags are started by Disney to drive people over, people like us, to support the show? They're like, well, fuck these people. We're not going to support you ever again. Go fuck yourself.
I guarantee you a lot of those idiots like that. What was that rewriting Ripley bullshit? Like they're Disney just pushing them somewhere.
Oh, I guarantee they're backed by Disney. 100%. 100%. How fast those get trending so quick. It's somebody's behind that. I don't care how big the cult of woke is. When you get something trending that quick, somebody's behind it. Somebody's behind it.
Oh yeah, and Disney, like I said, they've like weaponized the Raylos and shit. So it's fucking insane now to the lengths they go to basically jerk themselves off is fucking it's literally fucking astounding.
It's almost like buying tickets for your own movie because you're afraid it's going to underperform.
Yeah.
They would never do that.
Never
ever. And
Brie Larson.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't have the CEO of Fandango that owns Rotten Tomatoes, that used to work for Disney for 15, 16 years, possibly change a want to see feature because people didn't want to see it. They wouldn't do that to this shining light of humanity and beauty and grace. I mean,
never.
How many people here have any of you guys actually watched that movie?
I've seen it 4 times.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it twice. I watched it twice to review it. I ended up watching it with my wife once, and then I think my kid we were flipping through, and he wanted to watch it. I'm like, all right, bud, you can put it on. It's not good, but yeah.
I've seen it 3
I've never
times, and that's
seen it.
only because the first 2 times I fell asleep.
I've never ever seen it. Never seen it. And I don't plan on ever watching it.
It's not particularly woke. It's just not a good movie.
That's one of the reasons. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I don't want to watch a shit movie. So
Yeah.
Well, then this movie isn't for you, pal.
It's not. It wasn't
It's really
made for
not.
him.
It was not made for me. And you know what? You didn't get my money.
How do you think that conversation went though? Because Kevin Feige was building her up to be the centerpiece of the MCU, and now she get the Jeff mentioned in World Class Bullshitters. Even Black Panther, who's no longer with us, his sequel's still named after him, but they took her name out of it. How do you think that went? Change of plans. We got this new deal signed with Sony. We got Spider. I mean, that had to have been a not an easy conversation to have with Brie.
That's why she just did that Nissan commercial too.
Yeah.
She's like, I better go get that Nissan money.
And she had better acting in that commercial than throughout the entire movie.
She was more likable in the Nissan commercial.
I think he didn't know what he was getting into when he hired her. I think he was infatuated with her when he hired her.
Yeah.
And then once he got into it with her and understood who she was, he was kind of like, shit.
We're we're in the next morning now after taking her home drunk and she was all hot, and then wake up the next day and she's got some fucking day-old bread stuck in her gums. You know what I mean? Maybe
that's weirdly specific.
Tony is a man of culture.
He is a man of great culture.
The honeymoon phase is over.
Yep. Well, this is what Brie has to say about that.
You one ugly motherfucker.
It wasn't made for him. It wasn't made for him.
The sad part is that honestly, she looks good. It's like this. She's got this thing where she's look good, and then when you find out what she is, it's just pure ugly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think that's the problem is that she come in, she probably looked really good, and then it's just ugly underneath, and it doesn't matter what you look like. It's just you just are one ugly son of a bitch.
It's like, girl, you need to eat makeup because you're ugly on the inside.
Zach from Diversity in Comics, or your boy Zach, he had mentioned when all the hype was around the first movie, he had mentioned that she's like your friend's greasy little sister. Like her hair's greasy, her face constantly it's shiny.
It's true.
It is my cover photo for Facebook that I had put up there. Go back and watch. Look at my face and then look at her. She's greasy, dude. It's don't you? And she's probably wearing foundation, so I don't know.
Poor Brie.
Oh man.
No, the Breetards are gonna come for us. The breeders. It's time to. I think since people just like watching me suffer, I'm gonna start doing the Brie Larson videos again. That's it. I'll pick low hanging fruit. I'll pick low hanging fruit just to piss off some fucking people on Twitter. Fuck it. Me and Tony, we had to block this weirdo the other day. I finally did because he wouldn't respond to anything I said. He would only quote my tweet and then call me a racist. I'm like, dude, what? Because of my my Ta-Nehisi Coates video I did.
Yeah.
And I fucking said it and I meant it. Ta-Nehisi Coates is fucking trash. He's a fucking racist. I don't like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not bound to fucking no, fuck him.
He's saying y'all are getting so upset over a fake character. It's weren't you guys the ones that got upset because Scarlett Johansson didn't have a cock attached to her?
Yep.
The trans
Yep,
role?
that's true. It's
Yep.
true. They do that shit, man. They do that shit on purpose. I really feel like they take somebody like that and then turn into like the Black Superman and then wait for the comments so they can go, well, you're fucking an idiot because it's a fake character and nowhere in its 80-year history does it say he has to be white.
And it's like it kind of does because that's Kal-El, and that's who he's
like,
always fucking been.
Have you ever read a Superman comic book, seen the 8 movies starring Superman?
Yeah.
Do you know his history? I mean, I think 80 years. I think 80 years as a white man pretty much says that's what he is.
And then, but they're always like, now it's like, oh yeah, well the new 52. I'm like, how old is the new 52? Like what? Like a year or two old? Is that how?
Yeah.
Seriously, like fuck
the new
off with
52
that.
Doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, they axed that, didn't they?
Axed it.
Yeah, so fuck you, okay? Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can have Calvin Allison, Val Zod, or like you said, you've got Icon.
Still.
Jon
Stewart.
Make a fucking new character
Static
if you
Shock.
don't want to use any of these other ones that are already there. But Jesus, no. This
Blood
is
Rain. Wasn't
the
Blood
piss.
Rain black?
I don't
believe
know.
it was.
It's just to piss people off, and that's exactly it, you know. Speaking of pissing people off, so Disneyland includes Disneyland. Jesus Christ, the edibles are kicked in, ladies and gentlemen. We were somewhere outside of Barstow, and the edibles kicked in.
Dark.
Poor attorney would soon find out. It's dark. That's like Yub Nub.
We got to get that meme in now. We got to get a clip of that. Him going, I was watching Dark.
I just skipped. That's literally what I did. I skipped. Like the record was like, ear. It just went right back. Disney includes Gina Carano in its Mandalorian Emmy push. Carano is listed under Best Supporting Actress in Lucasfilm's awards campaign. Yeah, right here. Here we go right there. Best Supporting Actress. Miss Gina Carano.
Can you say farce?
Yeah, that is God. Like, for your consideration, lead actor. Okay, I hope Pedro Pascal doesn't win because he's just a gigantic fucking douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Supporting actress. Don't they call them all actors now? I thought actress was an outdated term.
I was gonna say, how bigoted of Disney.
And she's the only one listed as an actress.
Yep.
Like, first they had an opportunity to make a person of color the first, person of color Disney CEO, and they whitewashed that with JPEG. And now they're calling Gina an actress.
Is this company even woke?
Bro, do you even woke?
Do you even woke?
Do you even woke, bro? Like,
what the hell, Disney? Where's the Lando series? Come on.
That's problematic as fuck right there.
You're walking around with a bottle of WD-40.
I love how we went from a ladies' man to, it's lonely in space, so sometimes you might fuck a robot, to the cover of LGBT magazines. Like, that was quick.
Yeah, like I was talking. It was in, I can't remember what group was in the other day, but one of the guys commented, and I commented. So I was like, yeah, I was like, that's the continued emasculation of the black man by woke Hollywood. Their racism hidden behind the thinly veiled facade of the white savior, and that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. They emasculate these masculine black men. Like Billy D. Williams is a alpha black male, like ladies' man. Like smooth, Billy D, man, Billy D was cool as fuck. He's always been cool.
Yeah, they're literally doing to like cool black characters, masculine alpha black characters, like what they're doing to redheads.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
They're turning the redheads into people of color, and then they're turning the black strong straight men into robot fuckers.
Yeah. So, how long before Nick Fury is on his knees in a men's room?
I mean, I haven't watched the movie, but didn't he just pretty much lose his eye to a cat?
Yeah.
So I mean, like they already emasculated him.
Yep. Yeah. After like Winter Soldier set him up to be like kind of a badass, like you don't want to know how this happened.
Oh man, I love Winter Soldier.
I was watching it the other day,
and they fucked it up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier too.
That was
I don't
one of my
consider that show
favorite
canon.
scenes in the MCU. That was one of my favorite when you better keep both eyes open. Like that was such a badass scene.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
fucked it up, man. That's what they do. Like, again, the beginning of Infinity War, when they were on the Asgardian ship, I mean, it was just joke after joke after. It was so poorly structured. Loki tries to pull shit twice on Thanos. Like, it was so bad, and that could have been such an iconic scene in just cinema history, and they just couldn't keep away from and it's the same thing with Nick Fury, you know?
It's just Hollywood.
They can't get out of their own way.
Well, there was an article that somebody said that straight black men are the white people of the black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
yeah,
like,
because they want to
really?
emasculate them, man. Absolutely, that's what it is. They can't have that. They can't have that now. You know, it's threatening to woke Hollywood, because who comprises woke Hollywood when you really look at the breakdown of it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that scares them.
I hate how it's you do what we see, you be what we approve you to be, or we'll make you question, or at least attempt to make you question your entire identity.
Yep.
Screw you.
Yeah.
I am right now. Here we go. This is Parrothead just sent me this. Miss, I heard you're a bad boy.
God.
I can't.
What was your safe word again, Tony?
What's this? Jar Jar has titties.
Misa heard you said dark.
Oh, spaghetti and meatballs.
Titty is in a flail. That's not even a riding crop. He's got a fucking flail.
Misa not hard anymore.
Jar Jar's never looked better.
I'm aroused and terrified at the same time. I don't know.
We always knew he was the other Sith. I mean,
wait a minute. There's something problematic here. We all know Jar Jar was played by a black man. I see some whitewashing here.
Oh, they whitewashed, gender swap. They're like, we'll forgive the gender swap, but you whitewashed it. That loses you 50 woke points. Hand them over.
Mm-hmm.
Give them up.
Where's your tokens? Hand them up.
Glisner, Jar Jar Bree.
You're not allowed to say tokens around these parts anymore.
Oh, whoops. Do I have to take this opportunity to denounce white supremacy? I apologize. And
so
we're good, right?
So
Jar Jar Brinks.
I love it. I love it, man. Thank you, Parrot. That's from Parrothead. Holy shit. Yeah,
one.
that's a good one. I think that'll be a great place to kind of leave off tonight, is we're getting a little long in the tooth here, and it's getting late. I gotta get something to eat and watch. I'm gonna watch an episode of the Orville and then go to bed. But before I do, Gaze, do you have the IndieGoGo, sir?
I do actually. Do you want the exclusive ETEP?
If you would like, if you want to save it for tomorrow, that's absolutely fine too, brother.
Ah, what the hell? I'm gonna give it to you.
Well, we got the exclusive new trailer premiere right here.
Ooh.
Heck yes. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Baby.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So I think I have it up. I do.
Gives you
Yes.
chills, man.
SUNSWORN Wings of Vengeance is funding right now, people. This is my attempt to, do something better. Do something better than what we're getting now. If you're into space fantasy, space opera, sci-fi, fantasy, all that good stuff, this is for you. This is the comic. There was a novel. You can actually still get the novel on this campaign as well. I have reader copies available. But this is a graphic novel, a comic. And I'll just scroll down and show you some covers by Nerium and Vinny. Both very beautiful. Just do some pages here quick. I don't want to take a ton of your time, but if this is the kind of stuff you're into, then yeah, definitely check it out. Because we're bringing this one in particular is going to be very fast paced, very action packed. You can only fit so much into a comic, but yeah, man, space fantasy has always been at the center of my heart. And if it's at yours too, then I encourage you to check it out. And I'd welcome all feedback as well. So if anybody has checked out the novel, read the novel, let me know what you think. It inspires you to grab this as well. I'd appreciate it.
Excellent, man. That's like I said,
Yeah, man,
I'm,
it looks awesome.
I'm backing you on this one. Absolutely, man. Yeah, this.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, the art is like I said. Nerium's art is second to none. She's wonderful. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this story unfold, brother. I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to tell you, and working with her, man, is just phenomenal. Like she just takes the script and just pulls images straight out of my mind and puts them on the paper. It's beautiful to see.
Hell yeah, dude.
Most definitely, man.
Absolutely. So, Red, where if you want to go ahead and plug anything else, man, go right ahead, sir.
Oh yeah, just Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter. I am looking to refine some kind of streaming schedule. I don't know, video schedule. I'm working on it. I know that I've been saying it. Be patient. It's coming. It's coming. I promise. Give me a couple months, and I think we'll be good to go. Got a lot of creative stuff going on here. Also, check out Bonds the Drive. That's Nerium's own comic. She's the artist on SUNSWORN. Beautiful book. It's an awesome looking project. I've read the entire saga that's going to come about, and it's a cool story. So if you're into werewolves, especially, definitely check that out. Also, don't forget to check out Shadow of the Kraken by Vinny Tardamella. That's my boy. He's just also a phenomenal artist. Like every panel is just a painted masterpiece, and you won't regret backing any of these fine folks. But as far as where I'm going to be, I don't know right now. I don't know. I'm going to be around, that's for sure.
You're going to be on TR4 tomorrow night or Rogue Squadron, right?
Yes, whenever I get that worked out, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we're going to. I think we're on Steven's channel, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm not sure right now.
I'll have to check the chat.
That's the only reason I didn't bring that up.
Oh well, I'm high, so whoops, my bad.
It happens.
Thank you, Red.
Dark.
Yeah, dark out. I'll just dark out. Thank you, man. The assistant to the regional manager, ladies and gentlemen, Red Gaze. Next up, you're welcome, sir. Next up, my co-host with the most, Mr. Tony ToneDef.
What's up, everybody? So look out tomorrow for the first part of ToneDef Talks with Flipp Doubt. We had an amazing conversation. We really did. Like, I jumped off the stream that night. I mean, just hyped up. Like, I just got done playing a concert or something. I mean, it was a very good conversation. I'm excited to share it with everyone. Again, if you want, go check out the conversation. I had another great conversation with Cody from Pursuing Paranormal. We're trying to do something a little different. We can talk pop culture till we're blue in the face. We know there's an issue. But I love having deep conversation. Just talking about life. I mean, talking about physics, social issues. It doesn't matter. I just love to have good conversation and expand my mind. So I figure, why not, turn that into a video and share that with the audience. So if you are into good conversation, it's like Joe Rogan, but with no talent or motivation. That's me. So go check it out. The Clown World Review. I'll throw the link in the comments. And honestly, I just want to say, FanZcene, I'm really looking forward to your, not to jump ahead here, but I'm really looking forward to the documentary, man. I can't wait till Thursday.
That's awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank everybody. It's a great show.
Thank you, Tony, as always, brother. It's always great to have you back on Mondays, man.
Definitely.
All right, next we have, of course, FanZcene. We were talking about his upcoming his opus. I think it will be.
Hopefully. Yeah, you can catch me over on FanZcene Vids. That's the name of my channel. I got this documentary coming out Thursday. Looks like 7 p.m. Eastern time. So far is what I got to set to premiere as. I'll probably keep it there, but I don't know. There may be a time change, but it will still be on Thursday. I've worked on this. I've tried my best on this. I'm not the best editor in the world, so there might be a little cuts here and there that maybe don't work, but I'm really hoping you guys dig it. It's a really good look at like why we love 80s movies, what it is about these 80s movies from a really good group of people. And I do more than, that stuff too. I have other stuff on there you can check out. I usually stream on Wednesdays about 9:30. Hopefully I'm going to get one out this Wednesday because, like I said, I've been really focusing on that. So I haven't done a whole lot of content, but I do have content on there. So check it out. Go through my catalog of stuff. You guys probably find something you really like. No politics, no woke stuff. Just pure, fun, enjoyable, retro entertainment. And I'm really into like cult movies, horror, sci-fi, superheroes. Check me out, man, if you want.
Is there a post-credit scene?
No. I was going to do like Ferris Bueller. I was going to get the robe on and go down the hallway and say, "What are you guys doing here? Go home." But I was like, nah. Because I ended it on a nice little note with Rob, what he says, and I just really didn't want to make a joke after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not Marvel, so.
No, it's not Marvel. Because Rob closes it out really nicely with what he says, and I didn't want to make a joke.
Yeah, didn't want to undercut that message.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't want to undercut that.
Excellent.
But
Well,
I mean, I had the robe, and I was going to do it, and I was like, I better not.
it would have been funny though. It really would.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been. Maybe on like an extended version if it takes off and people want to see more.
Do you mind me asking one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do you only have white Superman in the background?
Because unfortunately I was born in a time where the patriarchy reigned and comic book creators were creative and imaginative, and I saw myself in the character of a white Superman as a nerdy kid who was something special inside of him.
So in short, you're a bigot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize for my privilege.
You need to check your privilege, sir. It is undeniable right now.
I also saw myself as a chainsaw wielding zombie killer, but
hell yeah.
Also white.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Jar Jar chick, right?
Yeah, I think so. We'll go with that one. We'll go with the Jar Jar chick. Well, FanZcene, thanks for coming on, brother. I appreciate it.
It's always fun to be on here, man.
Absolutely. You're welcome back, man. All right. Well, I'm Tepukuian. You guys know who I am. Tomorrow, I will be doing a daily short, probably. Get one of those out, and I owe you guys episode 6 of Galaxy High for my little 80s deal. That'll be next Saturday. I'll be doing that one. That'll be coming out. But tomorrow, wherever Rogue Squadron is, I'll probably be. Wednesday, you'll get a Prodigal Son review from me. And also, Going Rogue, episode 21 is Ladies' Night this Wednesday. That'll be myself, Vassy Reviews, what's her, who else? Oh, Katie the Meteorologist that I stream with over on Orville Nation. And Millennial Me is gonna come on too. So we've got a fun show coming on Wednesday night. Thursday, the morning show is back. And Friday will be. I'll probably get a couple more daily shorts out this week. And Friday, I am just doing probably a short video. And if you guys are good and we hit another subscriber goal, because we just hit 670, If we hit another 10 by Friday or whatever, I'll probably do another morning show on Friday. So you get 2 morning shows this week out of me because I like doing those. They're fun. So yeah, that's it, man. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's see who's in the chat here. Let me get off this thing. Keely Chow, the Fandom Menace Ultron, Glinzer, Jacob Archer, Barton, Parrot Head, Manliness and Motivation. Nano Reaper was here. Admiral Tiberius, another monster. Thank you guys all. M Dastardly. Yeah, man, you guys are great. I appreciate you spending the night with your early evening into the late hours of the night with us. I'm Tepakuina, the place to be reviews. I'm here with all of you. And remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one. Star-Lord, you toxic white male son of a bitch. Take him home.